Greetings, fellow history nerds. Welcome back to Revolutionized, where we're talking about the wild adventures through the American Revolution. That's right, alright? Think of it as Downtown Abbey meets Shark Tank. But with less fancy hats and more factory smoke. Haha. Yes, thank you. Today we're falling into the world of intended and unintended consequences that formed the nation and on what it is today. So get ready, everybody. It's going to be an intense ride of Revolutionized. Well, everybody, for our first contender, we have Coal Miner Pete. That's right, thank you. Give him a good hands of Coal Miner Pete. Now, Coal Miner Pete, how'd you survive in those mines? And what's with this whole resource plan things anyways? Well, thank you, host, for having me on your delighted show. Now, back in my day, we had more coal than you could shake a pickaxe at. But let me tell you that those mines were a nightmare. We would all be down in the mines, covered in coal dust and breathing in black soup. Then the worst of all was the safety hazards. But at least we had jobs. Well, Coal Miner Pete, thank you so much for all that detail you've now given us. We've definitely learned more from you, and we hope to see you in good health soon from all that dusty coal in your lungs and all the hazardous stuff you have to go through. So until next time, we'll see you later on Revolutionize. Thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you. All right. For our next guest, we have Thomas Edison. All right, thank you. Please give a warm welcome to Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, how did you light up the world? Please tell us your questions or answers or whatever you have to share with us. Well, thank you so much, host, for having me on Revolutionize. I really wanted to get on this show. It's been a pleasure. To your questions, I have, well, you see, the inventions I created, I'm a very well-rounded genius, and I invented the light bulb, the phonograph, and the electric chair. Though people were always complaining about my ideas and what I created. But people don't realize that I'm the one for creating a job for you in my factory and money you earn from it, and the family you now have. But I guess in time they will realize. Well, thank you so much for being on Revolutionized, Edison. We loved hearing your crazy wild inventions and talks. And now for Robert Baron Clyde. All right, thank you, everybody. Give a warm welcome to Robert Baron Clyde. Now, Clyde, how are you able to get so rich when everybody else was struggling? We'd love to know. Oh, let me like this real quick, host. Well, you see, I just bought up all the steel mills and the oil refineries and just totally charged whatever I wanted to create my own business that I would be extremely rich. And it's just really called business. That's all it is. It's just plain business. Nothing else about it. Well, thank you, Clyde, for your ways and tactics on how you became rich from the wrong way. Maybe he will reconsider his options on how he makes his money. Yes. Well, thank you anyways. Yes. Next up, we have Union Organizer Joe. Alright? Now, Joe, how did you manage to stand up to all those greedy robber barons who tried to put you down? We would love to know your answers and inputs on our questions. It would be very nice of you so we could understand it better. Yes, thank you. On this episode. Anyways, to your questions on how we fought these robber barons. We fought our rights. That's how we went on a strike. We also launched campaigns and demonstrations, and we even formed unions. It wasn't easy, but we made a difference. Then we got shorter wage hours, more big pay wages, and safer working conditions. And yeah, we won. It was very hard, but it wasn't easy. But you know, with time and effort, you can do anything, and nothing is not impossible. So we just kept fighting and kept going, and we got there. Yes, thank you. Any more questions you have? Well, Joe, we don't have any more questions, but that was totally enough. Thank you for making us understand on how you got safer conditions and safer work hours. It was very nice and thoughtful of you. Well, thank you, Joe, for your explanation on how you took down the bad and corrupt workforce and brought a better one for everyone, including yourself. Thank you so much, Joe. And yeah, we'll see you later. Yeah. And for our final guest tonight, we have Immigrant Finn. Thank you so much. Now, Immigrant Finn here came to the U.S. looking for a better life, looking for a better job, and what our questions are is, what was it like arriving in this country and starting from scratch? Well, to answer your question, host, it was tough in the beginning. It still is. I had to work long hours in the factories and saw some trauma, like hands cut off and stuff like that from the machines. But I met new people and new skills, and even truly made a better life for my family that came here to America with me. It was hard, but we did it with time and effort. And you know, it's very hard working conditions, and I heard this union's coming up soon, so hopefully I can join and make a change, because these long working hours are really getting to me. So yeah, does that answer all your questions? Yes, Finn, that answers all our questions. Thank you so much for being on this show, and for your time on telling us about your immigrant life and what it's like in the factories all day long, and what skills you learn in the factories. We really enjoyed learning all those new things about you and on Revolutionized. But well, that's it for Revolutionized, guys. And we explored all the Industrial Revolution pros and cons. But until next time, keep exploring and learning. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode, guys.